What if I told you that the moment she loses control isn't just about her body, it's about her soul? Men chase it because they think it's the ultimate display of pleasure. They imagine it's something purely physical, a reaction to skill, speed, and rhythm. But that's the illusion. The truth is, what you see in that instant is not just a reflex. It is a confession. Her body is revealing something her mind would never dare put into words. A woman can fake moans. She can fake shaking. She can even fake eye contact. But this is not something she can act. It's a release that bypasses her logic and exposes what's buried deep beneath years of walls, pride, and performance. And here's the part most men never understand. It doesn't happen simply because you were good enough in bed. It happens when she feels safe enough to break. For her, it's not just a surge of sensation. It's a floodgate she's been holding back her entire life. Some of them don't even know they can, until the right man unravels them. And that's the part that should humble you, because it's not about making her do something, it's about giving her permission to fall apart without shame. You think it's about dominance, but it's about surrender. You think it's about pressure, but it's about trust. And when you witness it, the shaking, the gasping, the way she clutches you like she's drowning, you are standing in the middle of something ancient. This is not porn. This is not performance. This is the body's way of saying, I have been holding back the tide, and now you've set me free. But don't mistake that moment as yours to keep. You can't own it. You can't bottle it. It's not a trophy. It's a passing truth. A wave that crashes and then retreats, leaving you wondering if it was real. And here's the truth that will burn inside you. Once you've seen that kind of surrender, every shallow ouch will feel empty, because you will have tasted a secret no man can unlearn. Most men make the fatal mistake of thinking this reaction is about their technique, about the flick of a wrist or the angle of a thrust. That's why they fail. They come in with their ego leading the way, thinking they can force it out of her like some prize to be won. But the truth is, a woman's deepest physical release is less about what you do, and more about who you are in that moment. Understand this. Her body is a fortress. She's been building walls since her first heartbreak, her first betrayal, the first time she realized desire could be used against her. Every relationship, every disappointment, every time she felt judged or exposed, those walls got higher. And when you meet her, she's still behind them, watching, waiting, testing to see if you're another man who will take without truly seeing her. When you touch her, she's not just feeling your hands, she's feeling your intention. Is this about you proving you're a man, or is it about her forgetting she even needs to guard herself? You can't hide that from her. She feels it. And here's the part men rarely talk about. To make a woman let go that deeply, you have to first break her mind's control over her body. That means you're not rushing, you're not performing, you're studying her like a map no one has read before. You're listening with more than your ears. You're listening with your skin, your breath, the way her pulse changes under your touch. It's in the way you keep your eyes locked on hers when she tries to look away. It's in the way you keep her anchored when she's on the edge, because part of her is afraid to step over it. And when you don't flinch, when you stay there, steady, grounded, she feels something she hasn't felt in years. Safety in losing control. You see, this isn't just arousal, it's permission, peace. Permission to stop being composed. Permission to stop being the good girl who manages herself. And in that permission, her body responds with something she can't suppress, even if she wanted to. And when it happens, it's not just physical release, it's emotional collapse. And if you're truly paying attention, you'll realize it's you she's trusting with that collapse. That's the real prize. But here's where most men get it wrong. They think once they've seen that kind of surrender, they own it. They don't. That moment doesn't belong to you. It belongs to her. And she can take it away as quickly as she gave it. Because here's the dark truth. That release isn't always love. Sometimes it's survival. Sometimes when she lets go like that, it's because her body is trying to purge something. A lifetime of tension, hidden shame, or memories she's buried so deep she never told another soul. And when you trigger it, you're not just touching her, you're touching every ghost she's ever carried. That's why, in the aftermath, she might go quiet, she might turn away, she might look at you differently, not with the wide-eyed gratitude you expected, but with something heavier. Because in that instant, you've seen her without her armor, and vulnerability for many women feels like danger. You have to understand, you've crossed into a sacred, dangerous space, and in that space, she might crave you with an intensity that scares her, or she might resent you for holding the key to a side of herself she didn't mean to show. Either way, you will never be just another man to her again. This is where emotional intelligence separates boys from men. A boy takes that moment and boasts about it, chasing it again like a drug. A man guards it, protects it, treats it like a secret entrusted to him, not a conquest. Because when you mishandle that level of intimacy, you're not just hurting her body, you're cutting into her soul, and make no mistake, she'll remember. Women don't forget the man who made them unravel, or the man who exploited it. And here's the part that will twist on, but your gut. Once you've opened that door, she'll measure every touch from every man after you against that moment. Most will fail, and she'll know it. So understand, this is not just a bedroom trick. This is an initiation into her trust, her darkness, her rawest humanity. And if you're not ready to bear the weight of that, you have no business trying to get her there in the first place. Here's the part no one tells you. If you've ever truly been there with a woman, if you've seen her lose control in that way, it will change you. It's not just her who crosses a threshold, you do too. Because once you've witnessed a woman stripped of every mask, you realize something dangerous. All the casual flings, the empty hookups, the surface-level encounters. They'll never satisfy you again. You'll crave depth. You'll crave that same kind of raw honesty, the kind you can't fake, the kind you can't script. And most women won't give it to you. Not because they can't, but because they've never felt safe enough with a man to go there. That's when the frustration kicks in. You'll start noticing how many women are guarded, smiling, laughing, even moaning, but never letting go. You'll see through the performance. You'll hear the difference between a real gasp and a rehearsed one, and you'll realize you've been spoiled by truth. This is where you, as a man, face a choice. You can chase that experience like an addict, burning through women trying to recreate it. Or you can become the kind of man who inspires it naturally. The kind of man who doesn't just know how to make her body respond, but knows how to make her trust him enough to hand over her control. And here's the uncomfortable truth. That kind of man isn't built in the bedroom. He's built in his life, in the way he carries himself, in the way he speaks, listens, and leads. Women feel it. They sense whether you're grounded or desperate, whether you're a man anchored in himself or a man chasing validation. When you become the former, everything changes. You don't have to push her there. She'll follow you there, because she won't just see you as a man she's sleeping with. She'll see you as a man she can lose herself with. And in her world, that is the rarest thing she'll ever find. But here's the paradox. The moment you make it your mission to get that reaction, you lose it. Because it's not a goal, it's a byproduct. A byproduct of presence, of patience, of unshakable confidence. It's what happens when you're not trying to impress her, but trying to free her. And when you learn to value the freedom you give her over the pleasure you take for yourself, you've crossed into a level of masculinity most men will never touch. One day, you'll look back and realize that this was never about sex, it was about truth. A truth most men never get to touch because they spend their lives chasing the wrong things. Bigger muscles, faster techniques, flashier moves. But none of that matters when you're standing over a woman whose body is trembling in surrender, whose eyes are glassy with something deeper than lust. That moment is not about your hands or your hips. It's about the man you've become. Because she's not just responding to stimulation, she's responding to you. The man who made her feel so secure, so unjudged, so utterly present that her body betrayed every defense she ever built. Understand this. You cannot fake that kind of presence. You cannot hack it, buy it, or mimic it. You have to live it. It's forged in the quiet discipline of knowing yourself, mastering your impulses, refusing to need her validation while giving her your undivided attention. It's the paradox that breaks most men. The less you need that moment, the more likely she is to give it to you. And here's the part that will haunt you. Once you've been there, you'll carry her with you. Not her name, not her face, but the energy of that night. The way she looked at you like she was falling and didn't care where she landed. That stays. That marks you. It changes the way you touch every woman after her, the way you listen, the way you lead. But you must guard it, because the world will tell you to brag, to post, to tell your friends, resist. Some truths are too sacred to share, and if you understand that, she will feel it, and she will trust you even more. So remember this. The ultimate experience isn't found in chasing a reaction. It's in becoming the man who makes her forget she even has a choice but to give it. The man who turns her release into a revelation. The man she will never speak of, but will never, ever forget. That is not just pleasure. That is immortality.